quite frankly, with camping in general, it's a lot of just downtime, just like this. And when I say build your van or your camper, whatever it is, make it comfortable for these kinds of days, because this happens a lot. So I'm walking to the bathhouse for the first time in a long time. Got my stuff. Gosh, it got big. It's nice. So my Target $5 towels. Good size, decent. Dirty clothes, clean clothes. I hope I look a lot better now. So my GoPro is absolutely on the fast speed for this recording, but that's all right. You get the gist. The first event we went to for this weekend was a wine tasting at this nice little local area. I did not partake because I do have to drive the van to these locations with the dog, but it was a very good time. Great company. The trick on cooking is that now I have to make sure, because I have a smaller like gray water tank in my gas can jug, I don't have the full 5-gallon gray jerry can anymore. So now, for instance, I've got a liter of water in here cooking for just my ramen noodles, and most of it will still be there after. So with a rainy day like today, and because it's just kind of dirty water, I'm going to dump it out my door, because that type of water usage in my new canister here will just really fill it up quickly. So granted, that's only if you're cooking like a pasta type thing. Everything else, like the soup I made yesterday, had no water added, so that wasn't a problem. This is different. Well, to be honest with you, I'll dump it in here, because I guess I need to I'll go through the real deal. No shortcuts. No shortcuts. I'm already kind of getting a shortcut this weekend because I have a really big trash can. Every spot has a big trash can outside, so that's been really helpful. So I don't have to worry about my trash as much. When I have just like a can of the dirty soup, for instance, I've walked it right out to the trash. I don't fill up my trash here, so that's been helpful. As far as my counter space goes, yesterday I had a little bit of I realized that my TV was kind of on the end here at an angle, and it looked all pretty, but it also took up my counter space, which was a problem, because that's ultimately why I put this here. This tabletop right here that I put on my sink definitely helped. Like, I wouldn't have made it yesterday without it. I would have realized I had made a big error yesterday. It's very helpful, but then I also need a spot when those noodles are ready to then prep stuff, because this thing stays really hot and has to stay there for a while. So I've moved my TV down. It's not on an angle, and ultimately it's probably too big. But you know, it's, as long as it continues to work, I'm gonna roll with it. This little box right here, actually, while I'm in the van and not sleeping, I can put it here, scoot the TV down even further, and have even more space. So I would love for those hooks up there, I'd love to take those down and I'd love to get this TV up on the wall, but one, it's too big, and two, it's not a really light camper type TV. So, you know, it's not really one that'll go up on a wall. So it would have to be smaller, lighter, and probably one of my little cabinetry things there would have to come down. But I'll jump that bridge when I get to it, if I need to do that, if this isn't enough counter space. I already know when my husband camps with me this summer, that won't be enough counter space. He likes to chop peppers and onions and stuff. And there's just not that kind of room in here anymore. And my next issue with what I just spoke about with my counter space is, normally I would take this, dump the water in the sink, mix it around, put it in my bowl, but this is sitting on my sink. And like I said, this entire black unit here in my stovetop, love it. It's very, it gets hot fast, but I can't touch that. It's super hot. So this has to stay. Turn this bad boy off, scoop my noodles out. Oh man, it is not gonna work like that. Well, note to self, work on that part. That's trickery, huh? That is going to be the trick. It would be helpful if I had the table that, you know, I had in here. I was really excited about using, moved it to the back because it was taking up too much space, the white one. If I had it, I could raise it up and sit it right here and it would be another tabletop, but don't have it, and I kind of like it without it, so. All right, so that's how we're eating this weekend. Brian would not be thrilled with the way the countertop's working. For as not often as he's in this van, he was a big fan of that huge countertop that I just took out, and I know this deal won't fly, so. But like I said, when he's going to be in here, I'll jump that. Otherwise I can deal with this. The toilet situation is more frustrating to me than this is, but you know, it always changes. It always changes. This is a trick.
No trick to it, except I make the fault keepers wrap compasses and they grease your tap with the windshield. Can you imagine how dangerous it would be, isn't it? Just go around. Stretches all the way north to the Fjorden border. Yeah. We're going to be here all night. Rude. Why haven't they tried going on route? Just dig a tunnel. Try that. It was made hundreds of years ago by that crazy green ship.
The black carrot.
Yeah, the one who controls shuttles. They got the don't they? Can't made it. Can't even give us something that doesn't specify what. Is it heavy? Is it large? Is it worth more than $1 million on the black market? Maybe he doesn't know.
We can let this room go.
Sounds like a trap, anyway. A trap? Boss. I had sent him a note from Teresa.
Busy man.
It's for the owner of the orchid. Since they require the services.
I am laying at the usual foot of my bed. I've just spun around so that I could have the TV on and hopefully take a nap. I had forgotten how tired I always am when camping because I don't sleep well. Excuse me. Even when I'm not drinking, I don't sleep very well. So it takes me a few days to get into the habit of sleeping in the van, and then by that point, I'm usually headed home. So it's actually raining today. So earlier this morning, in between the rain, I sat with the actual hostess of this event and had a really nice conversation for quite a good bit of time. So that was really nice. And then it was time to get going to our brewery for a wine tasting, which I didn't do because I drove there. I usually let Greta just hang in the front seat, and I usually make sure that I'm only in there an hour or so. She doesn't do anything in the van that I'm concerned about. I just don't like to leave her for long bits of time. So back in my campsite now, ate lunch, and it's raining, so hopefully that will clear up in a little bit in time for you know, dinner time and the campfire for tonight, and I think some games and things like that. If the weather holds out, I'm not sure. But in any case, I'm napping. Well, it's been raining most of the day. I actually slept for about an hour and woke up and realized people were walking around, so I got Greta out, thankfully, because as soon as we got back, the rain started to fall again. So there's no lights on in the van because all my windows are kind of open, and I like them like that. I'd rather have the lights off and the windows open than the lights on and the windows covered up. That's important to me, I think. So we are just sitting here. I do have my fireplace going. It is not set for heat. Excuse me. So don't worry about that. Not set for heat. It just looks pretty. Again, a friend of mine gave me that, just like a plug-in fireplace for ambiance. And it's hooked into the wall, so it doesn't go anywhere. We're good. But we are just hanging out. A little bit later, I think there is still going to be a campfire, if possible, under like a, well, maybe not a fire, under like a clamshell type of thing that we're putting up, and doing a few things there. But my TV is kind of interesting. My TV, I think it's a TV itself because I bought it off Marketplace for really cheap, but it like sometimes decides it's just not going to work, and then sometimes it will. And today I've had no problems. Watch, right now it's going to turn off and start doing it. And I'm not sure what the issue is, but like I said, today it's doing fine, so I'm rolling with it. And when it stops working, I just do something else and get a little frustrated. Cracked a little energy drink to help me get through the rest of the day, but I feel so much better. I was pretty cranky. Much better now, and I'm looking forward to the night. Whatever it holds.
That was so mean. I already know I'm not staying out here. Oh.